Hello, welcome to another video by Moxie Marine. In this video I'm going to be installing the lifters on the LS motor. This is an LS, I'm basically building an LS6, but it started out as a 5.3 LC9. But the LC9 is a 5.3 2009 5.3 with active fuel management. But anyway, it's aluminum block also. So I'm about to install lifters, and since it's not going to have active fuel management, otherwise known as demand on displacement, I'm not using the demand on displacement special lifters. So I'm putting in 8 standard LS7 style lifters. These are used. They're the customers that I cleaned up, and I've gotten pretty efficient at cleaning lifters. The lifters, if you got oil and water in your oil and they got all in the engine and turned kind of pancake syrupy, or not syrup, but pancake batter mix looking, that stuff gets inside the lifter and it doesn't come out, or it takes a long time to come out. So I'll go ahead and disassemble them, get all that goop out, clean them up, and make them real, as good as new. The reason I do that is because I believe a used GM lifter is better than a brand new aftermarket any day. The GM lifters are that much superior. So anyway, I've got it down to where I can clean a lifter in about probably like less than 10 minutes each. So anyway, so I'm about to install these lifters, and on the LS motor, they're different than a small block. In the LS motor, the lifters go inside here before the cylinder heads get put on. Once the cylinder heads are put on, the lifters are trapped inside and you can't get to them. So it's pretty important that you do this right, because you don't want to have to pull the heads back off. You have to buy a new head gasket and all that stuff. But anyway, so to put lifters in, use what's called a lifter tray, and in this case I bought Summit Racing's Summit 150-132 LS lifter tray with bolt with no DOD. You can see it comes with bolts in there. It just takes one, and you put the lifters in this keeper and drop them in, and this lifter, what it does, this keeper, the lifter tray actually I think it's called, prevents the lifters from spinning. Since these are roller lifters, you don't want them spinning in the bore, so it keeps them straight on the camshaft. So I'm going to go ahead and about to put these lifters in, and I'm going to tear this open and use this tray, and you put all lifters in, all 4 of them in, all 4 at a time once you mount them in the tray. All right, I've taken the lifter tray out of the package and I've turned it upside down, and I've put each lifter in. The lifter has a flat on it. See that flat there and the flat over here, and those flats right inside this lifter tray on the flat also. So you put them in that way, and then you just then I'm going to oil the roller of each one of these, drops squirts of oil on here, and then flip it over and put it in. You also oil the body. Put a little bit of light oil on the body of the lifter, all 4 of them, and then just drop it in. Okay, these 4 lifters are in. Like I said, I oil the roller, oil the body of the lifter, and then I slid this tray in here, and then I put the bolt in the middle. So you can see the tray is kind of keyed, so it has to go down, it has to be in this orientation. It can't be flipped over. This key here would be over here on this one. So I've got 4 in. I'm going to do the other 4, and then I'm going to do the other side, and this engine, all the lifters will be in. Like I said, a lot of work went into cleaning these lifters, so don't think that, even though this is a short video on how to do this, don't think it was a short time to get all this done. These lifters took about a few hours to clean. But so I got 1 in, one group of 4 in. I'm gonna do the other 4, and then I'll flip the engine over and go to the other side and do the other 8. Okay, I now have all 8 lifters in on the starboard side of this engine, and the next step on this side would be to put the cylinder head on. I don't normally condone what I'm about to tell you, but in the case of this engine, I'm willing to make an exception to my normal rule. So I normally like to try to pump up the lifters. I fill up an engine with oil, spin the oil, spin the oil pump, circulate oil through the motor, and it pumps up the lifters, and then I verify that the lifters are pumped up by the fact that it no longer has any springiness to the preload. However, in this case, I did such a good job cleaning the lifters, I'm 100% confident that they will pump up, because there's not a whole lot to a lifter internally, and all these checked out. Then I'm going to just go ahead and put it together. Yeah, I had to pause the video so I can figure out this word. They call it send it. I'm going to send it. So this engine is going to be sent, I guess, in the past tense. But anyway, so the lifters are now in. I'm now going to install the cylinder head, and torque down the head bolts, and then this side, the starboard side of this engine, the heads will be on, and I can focus on the port side. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this cylinder head on this side of the engine. This is a genuine GM 5.7 head gasket. The part number is Part number is 125-89226, and this is a head gasket for a 5.7 liter LS. I don't remember if it's LS1 or LS6. It might be the same for both engines, but it's for 5.7 bore. So I've got the head gasket laid in place. This is called the multi-layer steel, and that's what I've got on my 6 liter truck, and I've never had a problem with them. So GM gaskets are about $35 a set. $35 a piece, which is comparable to any other gasket. So I'm going with GM. All right, I'm about to mount the cylinder head and then torque the bolts down. Okay, I'm now about to install the cylinder head on this LS6 engine. I've already snugged down all the head bolts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 more up here. There's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. Or excuse me, one right there. Okay, so the head bolt box or package, the part number is ES72390. This is Felpro. So that's the head bolts I'm using. I believe this is something called the second design, or so that the threads are deeper in the block. I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I just bought a set of head bolts for LC9, so that's basically what this engine is. I believe the specs call for it to be torqued down to either 15 foot-pounds or 22 foot-pounds. I'll confirm that later in this video. And once you torque them down to the initial torque setting, then you rotate them. I don't know what the number is. I think it's maybe 85 degrees. I'll also confirm that. One thing you want to do before you torque these bolts down, before you even install the cylinder head or lay it on here, and what I did is I put this on here and then I just put in these top 8mm bolts just to hold it in place. And then I threaded in some brand new spark plugs, brand new clean spark plugs, and I made sure that'll go all the way in, because you want to make sure your threads on your spark plug holes are good before you bolt it down. Otherwise, you're going to waste some head bolts, because once you torque these head bolts are called torque to yield, and once you use them one time, they're ruined. Once you loosen them or torque them down one good time, you loosen them, you can't use them again. So make sure that you check your spark plug threads to make sure they're all good before you torque this thing down and ruin the head bolts. All right, so I've got the spark plugs installed, got the head bolts just started. I don't know what the torque is. I'll confirm that in a second, and I'm gonna put this, go ahead and torque this head down. So as far as the head gasket goes, the head gasket's the General Motors part number. At the front has got a marking on it right here. It says a 5.7, so it tells you it's from 5.7. I don't know what this HO 5.3 is. Probably how it put 5.3 liter. But anyway, so you just lay the head gasket on here. You do not put any sealant. You put it on dry, just like it comes out of the bag. Put it on, put your head on, bolt it down. So one thing about these heads, this is a 243 head. It's known as the most high output. These are called, by the way, these are called cathedral port heads. It's got this tall runner or tall intake port here. Like I said, that's known as the cathedral port. The later model engines, LS3s and LY6s or so, they had a rectangular port. They breathe a little bit more than these. They're more of a high performance head, but these are fine. These will easily make 400 horsepower. So like I said, it's the 243, but if you notice, this is your steam vent. So there's a vent here, and I thought there was a vent back here, but that vent looks to be like it's plugged up. So I believe there's a plug that goes on here to cap it off just to be sure, but it appears that there's some kind of plug in there that's blocking it off. You want to make sure that this block off here is in the back. This is the back of the engine. When I first put these on, I was making a mistake and I had this on the back. So you want to make sure this is your open steam vent. It goes on the front, because the engines are typically slanted from higher up in the front to back. The back's usually lower, so your steam comes to this port and escapes from the engine. All right. So like I say, make sure your steam port's on the front. Okay, you're gonna torque this thing down, torque this head down, and I'll tell you the specs on the torque in just a second. Okay, I've now got this head torqued down, and anyone who says being a mechanic doesn't take strength is crazy. This is probably one of the hardest cylinder heads I've ever had to do to torque down. So this is a workout. So the bolts are torqued in 3 passes. The first pass is 22 foot-pounds. You snug all of them down. Even the top ones up here, you can go ahead and snug these 8mm to 22 foot-pounds. This one here felt like it was getting a little loose before I got to 22, so I stopped. I didn't want to strip it out, but I think it's probably 18 foot-pounds. It's tight. So anyway, These bolts are tightened in 3 passes. The first is 22 foot-pounds. The second pass is 90 foot-pounds, and the third pass is let me back up. The first pass is 22 foot-pounds. The second pass is 90 degrees, and the third pass is 70 degrees. So use what's called an angle torque meter, and you really can't not do it this way. You got to do it this way. So this is what's called an angle torque meter, and it measures rotation degrees. It's got a little stop on it, and it's kind of hard to do. It's very you got to be very meticulous and very careful with this thing to make sure you're doing it right. And I kind of understand why people complain about using it, but you really got to use it. So, like I say, the first pass is 22 foot-pounds, the second pass is 90 degrees, and the last pass is 70 degrees. The last pass, the 70-degree pass, was pardon my French, with a B word. It was tough. I pretty much used all my strength, and actually the wrench slipped off this bolt, and I thought I'd messed it up, permanently damaged the bolt, but I was able to make it work. So, like I said, the last 70 degrees was way over, like 100 and I'd say over 120 foot-pounds at least. And what was weird is some of the bolts seem to be harder to tighten than others. I don't know if that's the quality of the bolt, but that means the bolt is kind of stretching like a spring, and some of them seem to be stronger than others. I don't know if that's a defect in the bolt or not, but all of them did tighten up, and I was able to make it work. So this cylinder head is now tightened down. Again, the 22 foot-pounds, 90 degrees on the first pass, and then 70 degrees on the second pass. All right. The pattern that you tighten them in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna go over that one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you do that in all 3 passes in that order. Okay, so this cylinder head is now torqued down. It's now the starboard side of this engine, as far as the long block, is done. Now I've got to do the port side, put the lifters in, and torque the head down, and this long block will be complete. This was it's a lot of work, to be honest with you. All right, both heads are now installed on this LS1 block, and it's almost to a stage of what you'd call a long block. The only thing left is put the push rods and lifter rack arms in, and we'll be done with the long block. Thanks for watching, and keep hitting that like button.